Hi guys, welcome to part one of my series on exploring Montenegro. So it is currently 5:45 at night and I am at the airport train station. So I flew into Podgorica airport, which is the capital city, about half an hour ago, and it's about a 2 kilometre walk from the airport to the airport train station. So yeah, I've just done that and arrived here next to the railway track. So the city is about 10 minutes by train away, and the train is scheduled to come in about 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to try and catch that, and then I'll be heading into Podgorica, and I'm going to be staying 2 nights there. So I'm going to have an explore of the city tomorrow, and then after that I'm going to be catching the train line back in this direction but further on towards Bar. So yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. It looks like an epic country so far. Got some pretty big mountains around. There's still quite a lot of snow on some of the mountains. You could see from the plane when I flew in, so it's going to be awesome. Next week I'm going to be heading up there, so that'll be in a future video, but I'm looking forward to it. So it is now 9:30 in the morning. So I'm just in Podgorica now, near the main road, near the city centre. So I'm just going to be walking around the city this morning. I'm just off to find some breakfast. The place I'm staying has nowhere to cook, so yeah, that's okay. But it's a really cheap country, so I don't really mind. Shouldn't be too hard to find anything. The place I'm staying is less than ideal. It cost me €12 a night, so it's pretty cheap. It's about 20 New Zealand dollars. But yeah, it's really not the nicest place. It's a bit of a lesson for the future not to book the cheapest place, but oh well, I've got one more night there, and then I will be heading off to Bar tomorrow. Okay, it is 5:30 PM now, so I am just returning to town to go and buy some dinner. So this afternoon I just went back to my very average accommodation and did about 4 hours of video editing on the Germany video, so I'm going to post that either today or tomorrow, but you will have already seen it because this one will be delayed. And yeah, I also booked a tour on Lake Skadar tomorrow, which is about 2 hours long. I've booked it at 11 AM, so I'm going to do that on my way down to Bar. So yeah, it's going to be a good day tomorrow. It's 7:30 on Friday morning now, and I'm just in a little park in Podgorica's centre. So I left the murder shack where I'm staying, that's my name for it now, at about 6:30 because yeah, there's not really much point staying around that place any longer. Not very good. So hopefully tonight's accommodation that I've booked is a bit better, but looking at the prices, it's probably not going to be, but we'll see. So the plan today is to catch the train, which is going to be another interesting experience, about 40 minutes away to Lake Skadar, and then I'm going to be doing a tour there for a couple of hours on a boat, and then from there I will be catching the train further down to Bar tonight. It is 10 o'clock now and I've just arrived in Verpazar. So I caught the train here. It cost me €1, which is very nice. It's about 40 minutes ride from Podgorica. There's the train tracks. Not the cleanest of modes of transport, but I mean, for the price it was pretty good. So I've got about a 10 or 15 minute walk, I think, up the road to where my boat tour on Lake Skadar is starting, and I'm meant to meet them in half an hour, so it's going to be perfect timing. And then that goes for 2 hours, and then I will be coming back here and continuing along the train. It is just after 3 now, and I've just arrived at my accommodation in Bar. So I've got a private room tonight, which is much nicer than last night's one. It's even got a TV, private bathroom in there, and I'll show you out this way. It's got a little balcony with views up to the mountains out the back. So it's actually really nice, and I'm paying €14 a night here, so it's only €2 more than the place last night, which was really bad compared to this. But that's good. So the tour around Lake Skadar was really good. It was about 2 hours. We went just around the boat on the lake looking at birds and old castles and that kind of thing, and the guide was English speaking and he told us a bit about the history of the lake and stuff. It was used as like a trading point between different settlements, including ones in Albania, because about half the lake actually belongs to Albania and half to Montenegro, so it's kind of a connection between the countries, which is interesting. And then we just headed back and I jumped straight on the train, which came about 5 minutes after the boat got back, so pretty good timing. And then it was about half an hour on the train down here to Bar, and then I haven't seen any of Bar yet. I've just come straight here, but I've still got a few hours before it gets dark, so I'm gonna go out now and have a bit of a walk around town. It is 8 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm just heading out from the hostel. So the hostel is just behind that building there. So today's plan is to head up to Skadar, which is the old town of Bar. So it's about 3 kilometers away. It's meant to be really cool, with kind of like old fort style. And then I'm thinking to do a bit of a hike up to a waterfall, but I think we'll see how we go when we get up there. Beautiful day, really hot, it's in the 20 degrees somewhere already, so yeah, hopefully we'll get a good swim in at the beach later on today. It is just after 10 o'clock now, and I have just finished exploring Skadar. So this is the old town of Bar. I've been here for about an hour and a half. It was about a 4-kilometre walk up from the city. You could take a bus, but that was about €2, so I just decided to walk. So behind me here, these are the city walls. On the other side of them, it's about a 15-metre drop just straight down to the street. So the city was really fortified, well, still is. But it's been around for about 2,500 years, so yeah, it's done pretty well. And the new city is built further down towards the coast, but here is kind of up on the hill for increased protection. So It's been really cool to look around the old aqueduct, which is over that way, and yeah, just all the old ruins. There's a couple of museums and things inside the old town, so I went inside those and had a look, and yeah, it's been really nice, so definitely worth coming up here. So now I am going to head back out and probably go for a bit of a walk. Okay, so I am out of Starry Bar. That's it, you can see behind me there, and you can just see the coast maybe in the distance, which is pretty much where I'm staying, about 200 meters off the coastline. So now I'm just walking up the road that leads further on from Starry Bar. So it's quite a narrow road. It's definitely only suitable for one car, but I've heard there's a good waterfall and swimming hole up here, so I'm going to go and check it out. I think it's about 3 or 4 kilometers and it's quite a climb, I think, but yeah, we'll see how far we get. Okay, so I've just got to the top of this little road here. It's just around the corner, and there's a big gate that says private property and beware of the dog. So yeah, I can't really go any further that way, so I'm gonna have to head about 100 vertical meters back down this hill, and then I've worked out there's another way, but I have to be on that road over there. So I've got to go way down into the valley, and then I'm going to go back up there, which should go up behind this house and a bit further up towards the right up there, and then I should be able to get to the waterfall. But yeah, so I'm going to head back down and try and head over there. Okay, it is 11 o'clock now, and I've just made it down to this epic waterfall. So it's got an awesome swimming spot, it's pretty deep, and there is not a single person here. So it's funny, I was actually just walking down that private road I was on before, and a car started coming up, and I was thinking, okay, this could be interesting. But then he asked where I was trying to go and basically what I was doing on his driveway, and said that I was going to try and find this waterfall, and he said, oh yeah, jump in. So he gave me a lift back up to the gate and let me through the private gate, and then he had his own private trail down to here. So that was very nice of him, and it was only about 10 minutes from his house through a path over there. There is an actual path here that was the one I was supposed to be on if I'd come up the other road, but I mean that was a good shortcut, so yeah, thanks for that, man. Pretty epic spot. So I've just made it out onto this road. So the waterfall is just down in that valley, probably about there, I think. It's pretty awesome mountains around here. That was actually where the guy that picked me up dropped me off, so I walked down to the waterfall down there, and then I've come up this side and onto this road, which is more where you're supposed to be. So I'm just heading down here now. Still got a bit of a feeling that you're not really supposed to be here. There's a lot of private property signs around and that kind of thing. The guy said it kind of opens up in June, and it's April now, so I think I'm a bit early, but I mean it was still pretty beautiful. It was a bit cold to have a swim. It's warm out here, but not in the shade, and the water coming off the mountain was freezing. So yeah, I'm just gonna head back down this road back towards the beach. Okay, it is 3 o'clock now and I'm just leaving my hostel again, so it's just back there. So I got back just over an hour ago, but I've just been chilling for a bit after walking over 20 kilometres today so far, and now I am on my way to the beach. It is 8 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm just leaving the hostel, so today I'm going to be leaving Bar, heading further up the coast to Budva. Via Sveti Stefan. I'm going to stop there for a bit, so it's been really nice to be in Bar, but yeah, it's time to see a slightly better beach hopefully. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, part 1 from Montenegro. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and as always there's a link to buy me a coffee in the description below, and I will see you in the next video where I will be exploring Budva over the next few days.